debit card off while you're not using it, then turn it on instantly when you need to use it. Keep your information safe. Log into our free app to use this feature, increasing the security of your information right now. Not a Farmers Bank customer? Come down. Let us set up your account and start protecting you from potential fraud opportunities. This is not a guarantee that your information will not be compromised. This is an increased security measure. Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
1580 103.3 WPKY, and we're live this morning with Coffee Talk. Make sure I've got my mics on over here.
Good morning.
We're all living it together, and Misty's saving my, behind me.
The bacon. The bacon.
Wow, I'm saving my bacon this morning.
But
She
I'm
really
still here.
is.
I've still been sitting here chatting, and we're trying to get everything ready for today. And, today is Wednesday, of course, so that means Weather Guy Wednesday. We have Dave Powell with us. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Misty and Carla.
It's Tess. We have Tess Cowan with with us this morning.
Okay, I knew it was something like that.
Hey, I got us all on there at the same time. I'm just amazed.
Yeah, you did a good. You did a good job. Do I?
Go ahead. Hey, tell us about the weather, Dave. It's weather time.
Oh, okay. The weather. We are talking about the weather, and most of you awoke this morning to a few showers, maybe even a little thunder shower here and there, but nothing severe. Don't expect anything severe today. Looks like this will come on through. We'll be having off and on showers some today, but certainly by this evening it'll all end, and then by Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, it looks like we're going to warm up into the 80s, so we're going to get a taste of summertime. Humidity is going to be on the increase, and especially for Saturday, and it looks like Saturday will be our last dry day for a while because we're going to go into a really active pattern for this time of the year. And, this is not unusual. We've had a really quiet spring so far, but there are indications that this is going to have an uptick, especially in the severe weather parameters. So we're watching all that. It looks like a day of concern might be next Tuesday when certain things all come together that could produce some severe weather. Right now, it's nothing to worry about. We're just kind of keep an eye on it and let everybody know if anything comes up that we need to all know about.
So mowing day is Saturday.
Yeah,
is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. You want to come do mine whenever you get done with yours?
Well, I don't know. I push mow most of mine, so.
Oh my goodness!
Well, there's a long story and broke down mowers and
my
mom gets embarrassed of me. She actually gets embarrassed. She gets so mad because she wants me to get rid of this lawnmower. And at this point, it's a fight against. Oh, I can make it work. Oh, I know. And she's just, half of it's falling apart. And Mom's like, you need to get you a new mower. And she really hates it. And she hates the way that it looks. And it's ugly and it's old. And I keep, putting the screws back in it. And there's actually a license plate where part of the metal used to be on the outside of it now. Well, my dad put it on there. It was great. It was the best idea in the world. So there was hanging off metal
on the mower, huh? Okay.
So, my mower, it's falling apart.
Such a woman you are, I tell you. Anybody can do that. Yeah, I'm proud of you. That sounds like you have a little know-how.
Well.
And but a new mower might actually do you some good. Make you do it in half the time or something.
I live out in the middle of nowhere. I'm not going to lie, Dave. Nobody knows what I do. The cows don't care.
Yeah.
The cows don't care. The horses laugh at me. The kid, they've learned not to even pay attention to Mom at this point. So if I lived in town, they'd kick me out, but I don't. So
is it a smoking mower? Does it smoke real bad?
Oh yeah. It smokes. It stinks. It's dirty. My mom hates it. It's great. It's like your first boyfriend when you're in high school.
Where we find you at anyway?
Oh, I don't know. Farmersville. So Saturday is going to be when we go about mowing the lawn. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty humid though. So have you some tall, cold glass of water close by so you can stay hydrated and don't
working
overdo
on
it.
the farmer's tan. That's what I do.
Oh, we're talking about humidity already?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, humidity's not going to be very pleasant. But now I do have some news. I'm fixing to do a summer outlook, and in looking at that, from what I've seen, it looks like June is going to be our warmest month of the summer, which is pretty unusual. And it's not going to be overly hot, but it's going to be our warmest summer month. because it looks like July and August are both going to be below normal temperature-wise. In fact, going on up into...
Dave, you're back. You're back on my good list.
I've had a bad morning, and you just lit it up. Thank you so much.
We love you, Dave.
That don't mean it's going to be cool. It just means the temperatures are going to be below normal, which, I think normal high about that time is around 89, so we could have 85 and still be below normal. But
hey, I'll take 85.
Well, the thing of it is, it's because of the excess rainfall we've had, and it looks like we're going to continue to have, because if you got moist ground and less vegetation, that tends to keep your free air temperature much cooler than it normally would be. So, that's just something to remember for those who complain about the rain. It does have a side benefit to it, and that is that you get cooler temperatures. Now, if June turns out to be warm and it dries out and gets pretty dry, then all that can change and go right out the window. So we'll see. But right now, that's the trends. It looks like we're going to start getting into more rain in July and August, and even September and October look below normal. We may actually get a good fall this year, which we didn't have one last year. But then it also means could be an early winter. So this is all the way out, out there.
You could have left that alone.
Well, I got to throw a little water on you every now and then just to keep it real. But, anyway, that's, and of course, now this is my last day of talking to Missy. I really didn't hate that. Man, I think I'm going to cry.
He really hates it now that he knows which direction we're going to go in. He said, wait a minute.
I haven't cried. I've kept it together. I've done really well.
She's been too busy to cry.
Yeah, it's been a stressful morning.
I kept her pulling her hair out all morning, so I had her distracted. That was my goal this morning.
Well, it does sound like we got a decent replacement. I think she's going to do a great job, and she has certainly a good radio voice. So I think it's going to be a pleasure for all the listeners there in the Princeton area and everything to hear her first thing in the morning. But bunch of us are going to miss you, though, girl. I know you're going on to bigger and better things, and I'm proud of you, and I couldn't be happier for you. But remember us when you hit the big time. Us lowly guys that are out here working hard.
Yeah, when I become rich and famous, I'll remember who made me, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
but
I appreciate that, Day. And I'm going to, and I've said it once, and I'll probably say it 1,000 more times, but I am really going to miss the Princeton area. I love this job. It had nothing to do with this job. I've loved this job. I've loved this area. I've loved this community. And it was a hard decision for me, but it's the one that I had to make. It was the best one, and so we're just going to
you have to do what's right for yourself, and that's the way anyone should do in any kind of a job. I mean, no matter how much you like it, if there's something that's going to better you and you're going to move on up, and you probably owe it to yourself to go for it. So,
I had this inspirational quote for you this morning out of this book, and then it fell out into a water puddle out of my truck this morning when we were. There's a whole story behind this morning, but I had this nice inspiration. It was from Maya Angelou. It was great, and I guess I'll email it to you now.
Well, I'll still take it.
Do you any good?
I'll still take it. But Dave, I'm so excited that you're my last guest for my last day, and we are going to talk about something that we've been talking about for a while, right?
Right. We're going to talk about the beast of LBL, and it's absolutely a horrifying story. So, and unfortunately, it does look like there's some basis for fact behind it. So we'll talk about that. I think you got to take a commercial break first.
I do. Yeah, thank you for giving me my outro there, Dave. Yeah, so as Dave said, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back and hear about this beast of the LBL.
Yeah.
Lowe's knows you'll do it yourself to tackle your turf and save. We do it right, too, with trusted brands and everyday deals to make it happen. Now get 2 25-quart bags of Miracle Grow all-purpose potting mix with fertilizer for just $12. Plus, get 4 for $10 select Bonnie vegetable and herbs. For great savings on spring projects, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offers valid through 5/15 while supplies last. Bonnie offer valid on 19.3-ounce pots. See store for details. U.S. only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Some job recruitment sites overload your inbox with resumes. Glassdoor knows not just any will do. From 62 million job seekers, Glassdoor only matches you with qualified candidates who have the skills and experience your small business needs to grow. In fact, Glassdoor hires are 30% more likely to stay with your company longer. And Glassdoor can help you find that perfect candidate in half the resumes. Go to glassdoor.com/hire. Glassdoor. Find the right fit for your business.
Lowe's knows you'll do it right and do it yourself to tackle your turf and save. We do it right too, with trusted brands and everyday deals to make it happen. Now get 2 25-quart bags of Miracle Grow all-purpose potting mix with fertilizer for just $12. Plus get 4 for $10 select Bonnie vegetable and herbs. For great savings on spring projects, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offers valid through 5/15 while supplies last. Bonnie offer valid on 19.3-ounce pots. See store for details. U.S. only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Some job recruitment sites overload your inbox with resumes. Glassdoor knows not just any will do. From 62 million job seekers, Glassdoor only matches you with qualified candidates who have the skills and experience your small business needs to grow. In fact, Glassdoor hires are 30% more likely to stay with your company longer. And Glassdoor can help you find that perfect candidate in half the resumes. Go to glassdoor.com/hire. Glassdoor. Find the right fit for your business.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Well, the beautiful sunshine has moved out of the forecast for a while, with showers and thunderstorms expected today and a high of 72. It is going to clear off overnight with an overnight low around 59. Tomorrow's going to be beautiful again with mostly sunny skies and a little warm at 83. Mostly clear overnight Thursday with an overnight low around 65. Sunny again for Friday and warm with a high of 87. Mostly clear Friday night with an overnight low around 65. And Saturday sunny with a high of 86. Again for today, showers and thunderstorms and a high of 72.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Taco John's.
It's all at your fingertips now at WPKYonline.com. Local video, local news, local sports, local weather information, and of course, contests. Plus, you can listen to us on your smart device. Just click the Listen Now button. We've made it easier to find your favorite information. WPKYonline.com.
Hi, I'm Mike Cherry for Capitol Cinemas Main Street in Princeton with your weekday lineup. Monday through Thursday, all movies Monday through Thursday start at 6:30, unless there's a holiday or a particular reason to have more movies. Here we go. Cinema One, The Avengers, Endgame, PG-13, still big-time #1 movie around the nation and world, breaking all the records, broke the record the other day of the biggest movie ever thus far in the United States, and that was Titanic. Avengers now past Titanic in much shorter time. Enough of that. It shows Monday through Thursday at 6:30 in Cinema 1. Cinema 2, Breakthrough PG, shows Monday and Wednesday at 6:30, then Tuesday and Thursday at 6:30 for Dumbo. So you got Breakthrough and Dumbo in Cinema 2 on different nights at 6:30. And finally, Cinema 3, Ugly Dolls, PG movie, family entertainment, full-length animation. It shows Monday through Thursday at 6:30. That's your lineup, and we hope to see you at the theater. And if you've forgotten all that, well, you can always just Google Capitol Cinemas, Princeton, Kentucky.
Did you know you could be eligible for a rebate when you install a new propane water heater, a new propane range or cooktop, or a propane clothes dryer? You can even get a rebate for installing or replacing a water heater or your primary heating system. This great opportunity is made possible by the Kentucky Propane Education and Research Council, available to Kentucky residents only. There are specific guidelines and requirements, and funds are dispersed on a first-come, first-served basis. Contact Fortner Gas Princeton for details. 270-365-5545.
1580 103.3 WPKY at Coffee Talk this morning with our special guest, Dave Powell. Is Dave still there?
I sure am.
Oh, I haven't killed him yet. He's there.
No, I'm still here.
All right.
Well, Dave, I'm excited to hear about this beast of the LBL. So
okay.
in the next, I think we've got about 7 minutes. Tell me all you can about the beast of the LBL.
Oh, my goodness. So, of course, there's volumes and volumes on this subject, but when I first started hearing about it, I heard about it on Facebook, a couple of years ago, and I said, you know what, that's an interesting story. So I decided to do a little research into it and see what I could find out about it, because I hadn't heard about it. And, sometimes you can run across things that are factual and have been pretty well discounted as truth, but some turn out to have some truth behind them, and that's what has happened here, And the bad thing is, this is one of the most frightening things, I think, if it does turn out to be something. I mean, obviously there is something from all these stories and the physical evidence that's out there, but it takes place at the Land Between the Lakes. And, it's one of those things, it's become known as the Beast of LBL. Now, this is not the same thing as Bigfoot. In fact, the people that have seen this creature says Bigfoot doesn't even compare to the horrors that the beast of LBL instills in people that actually see it. You know, one of the first things I found was back in 1973, there was a group of Murray State University students that came to Land Between the Lakes, and they were all young men. They were enjoying the woods on a warm weekend and sitting by the fire, and they're just generally having a good time. And one of the students went off to the woods to answer the call of nature. And then when he came back to campsite, he told his friends, he said there was something watching him, and he had heard something sniffing in the woods. So his friends thought he just heard a wild hog or something, but then all of a sudden a howl came out, and the students said they never heard anything like it before. And they became really nervous as darkness fell on the campsite. And then they all started hearing the sniffing sound of something really large moving around in the leaves and stuff. So they heard this howl again, and it was so wild and frightening. It was kind of like a wolf, only a lot louder than any wolf could ever be, and it had an unusual blood-curdling quality to it that made the howling sound almost like a mocking laughter, they said. So they jumped into the vehicle to get out of there. And
yeah, I started to say at this point, I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, where's the back door at? I mean, they got in there and tore down the road, and they saw that they were being pursued by some massive shadowy figure racing behind them, but it was barely visible in the taillights of the Volkswagen bus that they were in, a Volkswagen van, I guess it was. When they had to slow down and turn a corner, they felt this thing hit their van and kind of like grab hold of the van, and it kind of slowed the van down.
Whoa!
So they tore out of the forest and didn't stop till they got back to the Murray State campus. And when they got there, they found 4 deep gashes like claw marks torn into the metal of the engine compartment, which is in the back of the bus. And needless to say, they never went back. But so I thought, okay, well, that's something. I can understand that. I'd be scared too. But then as I researched it, I found more.
I don't think that covers it there, Dave.
No,
I would be terrified. Are you kidding me?
Well, of course, you're not allowed to carry weapons into the Land Between the Lakes, not guns or anything, unless obviously there's a hunting season and you have a designated area you have to be in. But there's a lot of other stories I heard about it. And the creature's been described as kind of like a werewolf. It stands about 7 feet tall when it's standing up on its hind or 2 legs, which most of the time is how they sit. And most people say it has a horrible smell to it. You can a smell unlike anything you ever hear about. But hunters have run across deer carcasses over there that have been brutally torn apart, and a lot of people report their own experiences. They say they have a feeling of being watched or hearing howls coming across when they come across these carcasses of the deer. And all of them agree this is not Bigfoot. Now, they did have some footprints, and from what I could tell from the photos, I actually saw a photo of it, and it's definitely much larger than a man's foot, but it's not a Bigfoot type footprint. It's more of I don't know really how to describe it. You'd have to see it to believe it. But anyway, some people have actually recorded the howls, and they put it through a sound. Let's see, something that kind of identifies the sound, and they determined it was not a wolf, and it wasn't anything else that they know, no coyotes. But I did a little more research, and I found as late as the summer of 2010. Now, this is in Trigg County. A woman and her family were driving down the road up near Lake Barkley State Resort Park, and the woman was driving. She saw this creature on the side of the road. As they went by it, it was kind of walking along with the car, but it was so close you could reach out and touch it. And it scared the what out of her. And it was only for a brief moment because it stopped, because it apparently had been chasing a deer, and the deer had run across in front of the vehicle, and then it looked like that this creature was chasing it. And there were 2 witnesses to that. This is an official report. I think it came from, I know it was from the state of Kentucky, but anyway, it's on file with, I want to say it was the Department of Fish and Wildlife, but it describes 2 witnesses, the woman's son and herself. Her husband was also in the vehicle, but he didn't see it. He was kind of looking the other direction, and he didn't see it, but the woman and the son did see it. So
now,
they never
where
did-
in LBL are these sightings?
almost every one of them are north of 6880. In fact, I've not found anything of any sightings or any encounters south of 6880. But what's so frightening about this, aside from people seeing it, on the side of the, when they're out fishing in these bays and everything, they see it on the shore, is that it's been linked to a couple of deaths over there. And one of them was in 2003, I believe it was. A bow hunter was apparently killed by, I think they finally ruled it was an animal death, but it was unlike anything they'd ever seen before. And they went to find him. He'd been basically torn to pieces and partially fed on, but the weird thing is he was dragged about 1.5 miles before they found the body. And, a bear normally would eat or feast on its kill right there on the spot, or at very little, drag it just very short distance. But this right here was, pretty scary. And,
well, when you think about it, there's a lot of us that go hunting. And when you're sitting in that tree stand, there's sounds and things that you don't go home and tell your buddies. I mean,
well,
how many of us have been sitting there and you say, if you go home and tell anybody, they're going to think I'm crazy. They're going to say, yeah, well, what'd you have in that coffee up there in that tree stand, Bob? What were you drinking that morning, bud? And it's people think you're crazy if you hear something, but maybe you do. Who's to say?
Well, I know that apparently a group of Boy Scouts have seen it. And a lot, like I said before, a lot of campers, fishermen, and boaters have seen it from the safety of their boats, or while they were floating in some of the bays that are over around LBL. But I actually spoke with an eyewitness, a person who actually saw this creature firsthand, and she was absolutely frightened. She didn't tell anyone but me this story. I think she told me and one other person, which was her best friend, the story about her encounter, and it was just a little bit, if I remember correctly, just a little north of Wranglers over there. And she just
I've been there so much. I have.
Well, don't go over there at night.
Well, too bad, because I do night rides over there and camping and all kinds of stuff. We're big horse people, so and a lot of my friends are.
As far as I'm concerned, everybody else can do what they want to, but I don't mess with no juju like that. I just kind of, I don't hunt anything that can hunt me back.
All of our friends that are listening this morning, that, by the way, no, it's not Jeremy. That's not. And our horse people in the area will know exactly what I'm talking about. But no, if they're out there, I mean, there's always going to be reports, and there's always going to be people that say, oh, that's a Scooby-Doo episode. But then there's also going to be people that say, you know what? I don't know.
Tell me about this.
I don't know.
Tell me about this woman's account, Dave.
Yeah, she said that she had been to Wranglers Camp and that she just decided to get out and enjoy the nature a little bit. It was like an afternoon, late afternoon, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And she said that she had pulled off. She was driving a Jeep and she had pulled off on this little side road just north of Wranglers Camp and got out and just kind of walked up the trail there a little bit just to kind of enjoy nature and look around. And she said she looked up and she saw this thing. She said the first thing she noticed, it smelled really, really bad. You will definitely know it's close if you smell this unusually strong smell that's just obnoxious. And she said she looked at it. It was kind of crouched down, kind of like it was sitting. And she said it was looking at her. And she said she was just absolutely petrified, could not move. She started praying. And she said that after a few minutes, this thing kind of raised up on its hind legs and let out a howl that just absolutely, she said, if anything could make your hair stand on end, she said this would have been it. And she said she just knew she was gone, and it just kind of walked off and left her. And she said she got in that vehicle and got the heck out of there and has never been back to that spot. So, these people are, and she's not just a quack. I know who she is, and she's an intelligent person, not one that's easily frightened by something that might be a hoax or anything. So, in my opinion, there's something out there. That many people don't see these things.
When was that?
This was just, I want to say it was about 2 or 3 years ago, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's what she told me. I haven't talked to her in a little bit. I do know that, Leva Vort is doing a movie about this, and he's wanting to talk to her, so I'm trying to arrange for them to get together, but she has been pretty secretive about this. She just, she's terrified to even talk about it, and that's, I can understand why.
Yeah.
But you can go back, there are stories after stories that are, some of them are documented, some of them are just, stories. It's been handed down through generations, but apparently this has been going on over there for quite a long time. In fact, this creature is known nationwide. This is actually a nationally known thing among the, they call them Bigfoot, dogmen sightings and stuff. There's groups that specialize in studying that, but, this is one of them that's never been completely explained. So,
Dave, we could probably go on for another hour or two about this, and
yes.
I'll probably call you and we can talk about it some more. But unfortunately, we have run out of time today. We're going to have to wrap it up. I want to say before I go, I want to say thank you so much for being a regular guest for me on Wednesdays. I so very look forward to our conversations.
Yeah, and we have become very close friends, Missy, and we always will remain that way. At least that's what social media is all about. We can still communicate, so it's not like we're saying goodbye, just a little more distance between us.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you, Dave. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Okay. And Tess, I'll be looking forward to hearing you on there quite a bit.
Well, I appreciate that. Hopefully you'll come back and see us, because I'll tell you, I think I want to hear more about that.
Well,
they all make fun of me and my family because I'm the one that believes in Bigfoot. Well, and I will say, this is what I tell them. I don't not believe in Bigfoot. How about that? That's what I always tell them. I don't not believe in it. So come back and talk to us again.
We'll try to do that.
All right. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye, Dave.
Thank you so much for being here and helping me this morning, Misty. I could not have done it without you. I absolutely could not. I know a lot of people say that just to be nice. That's...
It's actually true.
I'm not trying just to be nice. It's a fact. I couldn't have done it without her this morning. Y'all would have gotten really tired of listening to me breathe on the microphone because I had no idea what was going on this morning.
Well,
so,
Tess, you'll get there, and I said, I think I feel comfortable that I'm leaving it in good hands. I hate to leave, but I'm glad to know that I'm leaving it with somebody who can handle it.
Well, I greatly appreciate that, and I don't know that I can handle it, but I'm going to give it a whirl.
You can
How about
handle
that?
You
I'm
can
going to try. If nothing else, there may be somebody new in here helping me every single day until I get it, so it may take a while. But thanks so much for being here, and if you haven't heard, it's wet out today, so make sure that you've got the umbrella handy. Make sure you got the poncho handy. It's 907-1580, 103.3 WPKY. We'll see you in the morning.
Serving Caldwell County since 1950. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The most restrictive abortion bill in the country has been passed by the Alabama state legislature. It's ready for Governor Kay Ivey's signature.
The bill's creators intend for the law to challenge Roe v. Wade in the Supreme Court. Detractors like State Senator Bobby Singleton say,
I apologize to the women of Alabama for this archaic law that we passed.
Much of the opposition comes from the bill's lack of protection for cases of rape or incest, yet it does allow for termination in cases of the mother's life being at risk.
Fox's Evan Brown. The president's oldest son agrees to testify in Congress again.
Donald Trump Jr. made a deal with the Republican-led Senate Intelligence Committee to testify in late June for up to 4 hours on a limited number of topics related to the Russia probe. Trump Jr. was expected to defy the subpoena and be held in contempt, but 11th-hour negotiations resulted in the agreement.
That's Fox's Rachel Sutherland. This is Fox News.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Well, the beautiful sunshine has moved out of the forecast for a while, with showers and thunderstorms expected today and a high of 72. It is going to clear off overnight with an overnight low around 59. Tomorrow's going to be beautiful again with mostly sunny skies and a little warm at 83. Mostly clear overnight Thursday with an overnight low around 65. Sunny again for Friday and warm with a high of 87. Mostly clear Friday night with an overnight low around 65, and Saturday sunny with a high of 86. Again for today, showers and thunderstorms and a high of 72.
Life is filled with moments. Moments we share with those we love, worry about, and strive to protect the most. At Woodman Life, we provide life insurance and retirement products to help protect you and your family so that you can enjoy all the moments to come.
This is Josh Ray, your local Woodman Life agent. Come see us at 1009 West Main Street or give us a call at 365-6111.
Certain eligibility and age restrictions apply. Woodman of the World Life Insurance Society, Omaha, Nebraska.
Hey, you're that famous actress. You must travel so much. What's the best site for hotel deals?
Hilton.com.
No. One with crazy savings.
Hilton.com. With their price match guarantee, if you find a better rate, they match it and take 25% off.
No, one with lots of options.
Hilton.com has 16 top hotel brands. Hampton, Hilton Garden Inn, Waldorf Astoria.
Hilton.com. You should totally do their commercials.
Expect better. Expect Hilton.
You're good.
I know, thank you.
Applicable terms and conditions at Hilton.com.
Want a more beautiful lawn this season? The Home Depot has a few suggestions in one bag. Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action, starting at just $26.68. It feeds your lawn, it weeds your lawn, and it prevents crabgrass for up to 4 months. 3 of the most common lawn problems, 1 great solution. Today is the day for doing with Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action, starting at just $26.68 a bag. Now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. While supplies last, continental U.S. only.
Picture KFC's world-famous extra crispy chicken. Now, imagine it glistening in hot honey sauce. Just think about the crispy, sweet heat. Now, it's in your sights. Reach for it. Almost there. Oops, this is a KFC radio commercial. But you can make your picture a reality by getting a hot honey tenders basket. KFC, it's finger-licking good. At participating KFCs for a limited time, prices may vary. Tax extra.
Spring is in the air and farmers are busy preparing their fields for the planting season. Fredonia Valley Bank would like our area farmers to know we are here, as we have been for the past 125 years, ready to meet the needs of our agricultural community. Experience and commitment are what Fredonia Valley Bank is all about. Gaining the trust of our customers and being loyal to our customers has always been first